Well, hello there. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Beth Gath, and I'm the Media Literacy Coordinator here at the Peabody Public Library. And first off, I just want to let you know that this class is geared to go at your pace, which means that you can minimize this, go away from this, come back to this at any time. You are under no obligation to sit here in one setting. You can just kind of flip through it as you need to or come back to it as you would like to. You definitely want to be listening for your Computer Class Pass Incentive Program secret code within this class. This way you can get marked down for taking this class and be on your way for some great prizes that I offer and things like that. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, just go ahead and get in contact with me. All my information's right here for you, and I can get you going on that because I would hate to see anybody miss out on anything that's free because we all like free stuff. So without further ado, I want to welcome you to Microsoft Word 2013 for Beginners. This is what we're going to be covering today in class. This is broke up into 6 different sections. I don't believe that they are all marked separately. However, you'll see it as you get to it. A lot of the information that I'm using for these Microsoft classes have come from gcflearnfree.org. That is a fantastic site. If you're not familiar with it and you have internet at home, I would definitely recommend getting on there and taking a look at a lot of their tutorials. They have a lot of technology tutorials that are going to benefit you, and we're going to be using quite a few of those today. So in section 1, we're going to be talking about getting to know Word, what the Word interface looks like, meaning what does the main screen look like. What about that ribbon? What can we do with it? What are our options? You also have quick access and a way to be able to add features to that. We're going to take a better look at the Backstage view, and we're also going to look at document views. And then there's going to be a challenge that's going to be associated with that at the end, just so you have a little bit better understanding and it kind of reviews you over that section. In section 2, we're going to be talking about creating and opening documents using templates, and then there's a challenge associated with that. In section 3, we're going to be talking about saving and sharing documents. We're going to be taking a different look at sharing as well as the challenge. In section 4, we're going to talk about text basics, and there's a challenge associated with that. Section 5, we're going to be formatting texts. We're going to find out the differences in alignment, and then there's a challenge associated with that. In session 6, we're going to do a page layout, some printing documents. We've got some printing options, which are the same options that are available to us in Excel, the way that the printing is set up. And there is a challenge that is associated with that. So I do recommend that you do the challenges. This is going to help you have a better understanding of how the documents work and the sections that we're working with. Each one of these challenges actually has a practice document that I've shared the link for you within the class. So you just need to find that link. That way you have the access to do the activity, or you could do them on your own. It's completely up to you. Having the practice documents is a little bit easier than trying to start from scratch. So you might want to start out with the practice document and maybe work yourself into creating your own. So let's go ahead and get started with this on section 1 and getting to know Word.
Word 2013 is a powerful word processing program. You can use it to create documents, resumes, newsletters, and just about anything else you can imagine. When you open Word, there's a good chance you'll be taken to the Start screen first. From here, you can access recent documents or create something new, either from scratch or from a template. In this example, we'll click Blank Document. Next, you might want to take a minute to explore the interface and make sure you know your way around. Why don't we begin with the ribbon, which is the collection of tools and features at the top of the screen. The ribbon is divided into tabs like Design, Insert, and Home, so you can easily find what you're looking for. There are also commands on each tab that have been organized into groups. For example, if you look closely at the font group, you'll find it has everything you need to work with text, including options like bold, italics, font color, and size. Some groups even have an arrow in the bottom right corner that you can click to view even more commands. If you ever feel like the ribbon is taking up too much space, you can always hide or minimize it. All you have to do is click the arrow in the upper right corner, then choose the option you want. Also in the upper right corner is a place where you can access your Microsoft account. Here you can update your photo, manage your account settings, or switch to a different account altogether. You can even customize your copy of Word to make certain commands more convenient. Take the Quick Access toolbar in the upper left corner. This area gives you access to frequently used commands like save and undo, no matter where you are in the ribbon. To add more commands, just click the tiny arrow next to the toolbar, then choose the ones you want. I'm going to add new and also quick print because I use both of these commands pretty frequently. Now let's take a look at the work area itself. That's the space in the center where you'll actually create and edit documents. In this example, I've opened a report that I'm working on. At the top and to the left, you should see two small rulers. These make it easier to adjust your document and control the layout of your text. To show or hide the rulers, go to the View tab, then check or uncheck the box depending on your preferences. In the bottom right corner, you'll find a few more tools that let you change the way your document is displayed. Here's what they look like up close. To zoom in or out, click and drag the zoom control. The number next to the slider will tell you what the zoom percentage is. You can also switch between different document views using these three icons. Read mode opens the document full screen. This view is great for reading large amounts of text or simply reviewing your work. Print layout is the default. It shows you what the document will look like on the printed page. Web layout displays the document as a web page. This can be useful if you're actually using Word to publish content to the web. Last but not least, I'd like to give you a quick tour of the Backstage view. You can get there by clicking the File tab. Just look for it on the far left of the ribbon. Here you can access all kinds of information related to your current document and more. This includes commands like New, Open, Save, and Print. All you have to do is click an item, and it'll open in the right pane. This makes it easy to find what you're looking for and review your options all in one place. That covers the basics of Word 2013. Now that you're comfortable with the interface, including the Backstage view, the ribbon, and the work area, you're ready to start your first document.
Okay, so I wanted to take the moment here to take a look at Word 2013's interface. Here you can see all the little gold dots that represent something that has to do with the interface. So we're just going to start at the top. This is your quick access toolbar. This allows you to get quick access to common commands no matter which tab is selected. So by default, meaning what's already up there when you start would be your save, undo, and repeat, but you can add other commands depending on your preference. So here would be your list of commands. The ones checked are the ones that are already up here. So we have save, which is here, undo, which is here, and then redo, which is here. But I can also add a quick print preview. I can add more commands. If I push on this, I'm going to get even more of them. So it's just kind of nice to have them all handy up here in a little bundle for you, so you don't have to go through all the tabs to find what you're looking for. This is the command group. Each group contains a series of different commands. You just simply click on any command to apply it. Some groups also have an arrow in the bottom right corner, which you can click to see even more commands. So you can see that here. This little arrow here pulls it out and you'll have more commands. And these are their own commands as well. This is the ruler. The ruler is located at the top and to the left of your document. It makes it easier to make alignment and spacing adjustments. So you can see the ruler there. If it gets in your way, you can just always take it away, or right here actually, and it goes away. You don't have to have it there. This is the ribbon, which we're going to take a little bit better of a look at in the next slide. But the ribbon contains all of the commands you will need to perform common tasks in Word. It has multiple tabs, each with several groups of commands. So you can see all the tabs up here at the top, and each tab has its own commands within inside of it. This is my account. This way I can access my Microsoft account, I can view my profile, and I can even switch accounts if I want to do so. This is my scroll bar. I can click, hold, and drag the scroll bar to scroll up and down through the pages of a document. So if my text is larger than this, then I would be able to do so. Down here in this little zoom clicker here, I guess it's a slider rather, this is my zoom control. So I can click, hold, drag, and slide to use the zoom control. The number to the right of the slider bar reflects the zoom percentage. So right now it's at 100% zoomed. These are your document views, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later. There are 3 ways you can view a document. You can simply click to select the desired view. You've got the read mode, which displays your document in full mode screen. The print layout, which is selected by default. It shows the document as it would appear if it were to be printed. And then you have your web page layout, which shows how your document would look as a web page. Down here I've got my word count. This displays the number of words in your document. You can click the word count to open the Word document dialog box. Here you can quickly view your document statistics like the number of pages, paragraphs, and lines. So everything is listed here for you, which is a very handy feature. And here's my page number indicator. The page number indicator helps you keep track of the number of pages your document contains. You would just click on the page number indicator to open the document navigation pane. Here you can search your document by heading or scroll quickly through its pages. So now you have a little bit better of the Microsoft Word 2013 interface. Don't want you to get distracted from it. Go ahead and minimize this video and go ahead and get in there and take a look at the interface itself, and just so you're a little bit more familiar with it as class goes on today. Okay, so like I said in the last slide that we were on, we are now going to take a look at the ribbon and the different kinds of tabs and what they can do for you. The first tab, which is here, your Home tab, this gives you access to some of the most commonly used commands for working with Word 2013. Included in that would be your copy and paste, formatting, aligning paragraphs, and choosing document styles. The Home tab is selected by default whenever you open Word. So it's going to be the first thing that comes up when you open the Word. Your Insert tab allows you to insert pictures, charts, tables, shapes, cover pages, and more to your document, which can help you communicate information visually and add style to your document. So you can see all the different items that you have under the Insert tab. The Design tab gives you access to a variety of design tools, including document formatting, effects, and page borders, which can give your document a polished look. So here's your design view, and these are all the options. You can change your colors, your fonts, your themes. Your Page Layout tab allows you to change the print formatting of your document, including margin width, page orientation, and page breaks. These commands will be especially helpful when preparing to print a document. So this is all your page layout. Your References tab allows you to add in those citations into your document, such as footnotes, and even give credit where credit is due. From here you can also add a table of contents, captions, and bibliography. These commands are especially helpful when composing academic papers. So here's all of the options: APA and MLA formatting. I'm sure there might even be another kind. So you can use the Mail Merge feature in the Mailings tab quickly. You can compose letters, address envelopes, and create labels. This is especially useful when you need to send a letter to several recipients. So you have several options there within your Mailings tab. Using the Review tab, you can do this to access Word's powerful editing features, including adding comments and tracking changes. These features make it easy to share and collaborate on documents. The View tab allows you to switch between different views from your document and split the screen to view two parts of your document at once. These commands will also be helpful when preparing to print a document. So you can see all the options within the View feature. Another tab that you have is your contextual tabs. This one here is a drawing tool. So these tabs will appear on the ribbon when you're working with certain items, such as tables and pictures. These tabs contain special command groups that can help you format whatever it is that you are doing with it. So apparently something was drawn, so you have a drawing tool. But if you had actually inserted a picture, you would have what's called a picture tool. This way you would be able to do more with it and you aren't just stuck with one option. So this was taking a look at the ribbon a little bit better and understanding the tabbed ribbon system with the multiple tabs on it and all the groups of commands and the group tasks. Go ahead right now and just kind of get yourself through your ribbon on Microsoft Word. Just kind of click through some of these tabs and take a look at all the different options that you have. Okay, so now I'd like to take a look at the Backstage view of Microsoft Word 2013. It does look very similar to Excel as far as what your options are. So we're just going to go through these little gold dots that are down here on the side. So this one here is your back button. What this allows you to do is return back to Word. You can use the arrow to close the Backstage view and then just return back to Word, and that'll get your document back up so you're able to start doing more editing to it. The information pane, this will appear whenever you access the Backstage view. It contains information on the current document. You can also inspect the document and set protection controls from that. You've got your new. From here you can create a new blank document, or you can choose from a large selection of templates, because there are templates that are there for you. Open. So from here you can open recent documents as well as documents saved to your OneDrive or on your computer. And you can see here how they have them all listed out for you and how all that works. And you actually get into that in this class today, so you should be able to see all that, no problem. The save and the save as, you would use save and save as to save your document to your computer or to your OneDrive. The difference between save and save as is save allows you to edit existing documents and resave those as what you have already labeled it, whereas save as would allow you to save the original and then resave it as something else if you've edited it. This way you have both versions if that's what you desire to have. Your print. From the print pane, you can change the print settings and your print document. You can also use a preview of your document, so you can also see it there before you actually are having to print. The share, from here you can invite people connected to OneDrive to view and collaborate on your document. You can also share your document by emailing it, presenting it online, or posting it to your blog. So if you have a blog or an email account or just people that you want to have involved with what you're doing, then this would be the feature for you. Export, you can choose to export your document to another format such as PDF and XPS. So this way here you can, or you can even go in and change the file type. You just have to see what formats are available for you to do that. You can click the close just to close that current document, get you out of there. Your account, this is your user information. From the account pane, you can access your Microsoft account information. You can modify your theme, your background. You can sign out of your account. There's a lot of things from here that you can do. And you can also see what products you have that are activated on your account. And your options. Here you can change various word options. So for example, you can control the spelling and grammar check settings, auto recover settings, and the language preferences. So this was taking a look at your Backstage view. I just wanted you to have a better look at it. The video did kind of show you a little bit about it, but I wanted us to get a little deeper into it. So why don't you right now go ahead and minimize this video, go ahead and get Microsoft Word 2013 up for yourself, and take a look at your Backstage view, and then you can get in there and see all the options that are available to you. The video kind of touched base a little bit with you on the document view options that you have available to you, and I just wanted to go over these just a little bit better so you have a better understanding of that. This here is your read mode. In this view, all of the editing commands are hidden, so your document fills the screen. The arrows appear on the left and right side of the screen, so you can toggle through the pages. So you can click the arrows to display the next page. So by clicking this arrow, it would take you on to the next page, and this one looks like it's one of 28 pages. This is your print mode. This is the default view where you create and edit your document. There are page breaks in between each page, indicating how your document will look when printed. So when you first turn on Microsoft Word, this is kind of what it looks like, and that is the different kinds of views and the modes. And then you've got your web layout. This view removes page breaks. It can help you visualize your how your document will display on the web page. So it's taken out all those breaks for you, so you're not going to see them anymore. I'm just going to move this up slightly because I want you to be able to see how those are determined at the bottom of your screen. You have the read mode, which is here, the print layout, and then the web layout. So I just wanted you to notice what the differences are. So when I'm down here talking to you about it, this is that read mode, the print mode, and the web layout. So hopefully now you have a little bit better understanding of the different layouts that are available to you and the options. You can right now go ahead and minimize this video and just take a look at your document and push those 3 buttons there on the bottom right corner, and they're right by your zoom that takes you in and out, which is right down here at the bottom, and they look just like this up here at the top. I have another picture for you, and they look just like that. So there's not going to be any questions of which one you're using, but I want you to be familiar with them. So go ahead, take a look at them right now. Challenge time. It's time now for you to go ahead and apply some of what we've done. If you've taken the Excel class already, then you know that I've implemented these challenges. These all come to you from gcflearnfree.org. It's a fantastic site. I highly recommend them for you to go in there and watch some of their tutorials. I've just taken some bits and pieces from their stuff, but they have fantastic tutorials and ways to show you how to get through things. So here's your challenge. I want you to open or navigate the Word 2013 interface, click through all the tabs and review the commands on the ribbon. Try minimizing and maximizing the ribbon. Add a command to the quick access toolbar. Hide and show the ruler. Navigate to the Backstage view and open your account settings. Try switching document views and close Word. You do not have to save the document. You can just close it. So go ahead and give this challenge a try.
For a better life.
In Word, most new projects begin the same way, with creating or opening a new blank document. All you have to do is go to the Backstage view and choose New. If you prefer to start from scratch, go ahead and click the thumbnail that says Blank Document. And you can get straight to work. But you can also start with a template. You'll find them in the very same place in the Backstage view. A template is a file that comes with its own design and sometimes placeholders for your content. They make it easy to create professional-looking documents without a lot of time and effort. You can browse the ones you see here, or you can search for something specific. If you see a template you like, just click to view a preview, then click the Create button. Opening an existing document is also very easy. Again, you'll want to go to the Backstage view, but this time click Open in the left pane. If the document you're looking for is something you've worked on recently, it might be listed under Recent Documents. In fact, you can pin certain documents here so you always have access to your most frequently used files. All you have to do is mouse over the file, then click the pushpin icon. To unpin it, click the icon again. You can pin as many documents as you want. If the file you're looking for hasn't been opened recently, just look to the other options. For example, under SkyDrive, you can access files that are saved online to your SkyDrive account. Under Computer, you can access files that are saved locally. All you have to do is click Browse, then select the document you want. When you're ready, click Open, and the document will appear. Now you know how to create and open documents in Word 2013.
Okay, so now we want to talk about the templates a little bit. I am actually in my own Microsoft Word right now, 2013. Here's my Backstage view. Under my New tab, and you can see that there, I actually have several different options to myself, and these are all called templates. So if I didn't want to create from scratch, I could actually come in here and find something that may be suitable for what I'm trying to do. So up here I also have where I can search online for templates. So if I'm looking for flyers, I can click on search, and now it's searching tons of different flyers that I am able to use or edit or do with whatever I would like with. So as the class goes on today, I just wanted you to be familiar with some of this, and this is kind of appropriate for the time of season right now. By double clicking, that opens up my template for me, and you can see it here. Now all of these are edited. I can edit anything on here. So let's say it's not a Halloween party, it's actually a harvest party. So now I'm able to change that. I can fill in my stuff, fill in my information, and undo's a fantastic little feature there. Get you right out of there. I can come in here and change pictures around, change the way it looks, and so forth and so on. So I just wanted you to be aware of the different kinds of templates that you can use and how you can alter those to benefit you. And again, you can also search online. They have other kinds that you can use in here as well. So by clicking on New, we can come in here, and if I wanted to do something with the calendar, I can create that. And now I can come in here and I can edit it however I would like. So I just wanted to show you a little bit more about templates. Right now, why don't you go ahead and minimize and pause the video, go into your Backstage view, click on New, and just kind of take a look at some of the different templates. Now, being able to use this search bar online, you do have to have internet because it is searching Microsoft Word online. So if you don't have internet, you might just be kind of stuck with whatever is available to you. But if you do have internet, then you'd be able to get in there and kind of check out a few more. And these are some categories that you could even take a look at and use if that's what you wanted to do. Go back into the flyers. I liked the holiday just because it kind of separates everything, and you'd be able to choose. So you can even make your own Christmas cards if you wanted to do so. So go ahead and take a look at those templates and just have fun with it, because that's really what it's all about. Challenge time. Now you're going to create a new blank document. And then I want you to open an existing document from your computer or your OneDrive. Try pinning a folder to the Backstage view and create a new document using the templates that we talked about prior to this challenge. These are some really great activities to get you going on this particular section of creating and opening documents.
For a better life.
It's important to save your work frequently, in case Word or your computer shuts down unexpectedly. But there's more than one way to save in Word 2013. You can also save and share your documents online, so you can collaborate with other SkyDrive users. We'll take a look at the regular save command first. You'll find it on the Quick Access toolbar. Just click, and if it's a new document, you'll be taken to the Backstage view. Here you can save the document to SkyDrive or your computer. In this example, we're going to choose Computer, then click Browse to choose a location. Next, enter a file name for the document, and click Save when you're done. Now you can save anytime as you continue to work. All you have to do is click the Save command on the Quick Access toolbar again. If you want to save a different version, maybe in a different location or with a different file name, you can go to Save As in the Backstage view and follow the same steps. As you can see, the selection defaults to SkyDrive. If you primarily save documents to your computer, you might want to change the default setting so Computer is always selected. To do this, click Options in the Backstage view. Then click Save in the left pane, and check the box that says Save to Computer by default. When you're done, click OK to close the dialog box. If you ever forget to save, or if Word crashes while you're working, not to worry. The Auto Recover feature saves a backup copy of your document automatically. To recover a file that was lost without saving, all you have to do is reopen Word. The document recovery pane should appear on the left. Here you can access any auto-saved versions of the file. By default, Word auto-saves every 10 minutes, so if you're working on something for less than 10 minutes, you may not be able to use this feature. Next, I'd like to show you how to export your file to an alternative file type. You can access your options in the Backstage view under Export. PDF is a good choice if you need to send a file to someone who doesn't have Word. This format will make it possible for them to view but not edit the document using a free program that anyone can download. Under Change File Type, you can access several other formats depending on what you need. For example, if the person you're sharing with has Word, but it's Word 2003 or earlier, you'll need to send them a 97 to 2003 document instead. Finally, let's take a look at more ways that you can share by going to Share in the Backstage view. Here, your choices will vary depending on whether or not the file is saved to your SkyDrive account. No matter what, you should see basic options like Email, Present Online, and Post to Blog. If the document is saved to SkyDrive, you can do even more. For example, you can share it online and invite specific people to collaborate with you. This lets you work on the exact same file with friends, coworkers, and other SkyDrive users so you don't have to keep track of multiple versions or pass the document back and forth. Alternatively, you can get a link that you can share any way you want, or you can post the file directly to a social networking site. But it's generally best to invite specific people, unless you have a file that needs to be seen or edited by a much wider audience. How you choose to save and share in Word 2013 is up to you. It just depends on the document. With so many options, you should be able to accomplish exactly what you need, whether it's exporting your file as a PDF or sharing it online.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about sharing documents and the different ways to share a document. I know the video touched base on it, but we have an interactive screen here thanks to gcflearnfree.org, and I want to make sure that we have a great understanding. So we'll just start right here with inviting people. From here, you'll be able to invite people, others to view or edit a document. It is recommended using this option most of the time because it gives you the greatest level of control and privacy when sharing a document. This option is selected by default whenever you access the share pane. By default, that means it's the first thing that's going to be listed. Getting a share link. From here, you can obtain a link you can use to share your document. For example, you could post the link on your blog or email it to a large group of people. You can decide if the link allows people to edit or simply view the document. You have control over that document and the linking process. Being able to post to social networks. From here, you can post a link to your document on any social network you've connected with Microsoft accounts such as Facebook or LinkedIn. You'll also have the option to include personal message or set editing permissions. So from here, you still have quite a bit of control when it comes to posting to social networks, but that is an option now that you do have. Using the email, from here you can share your document directly through Microsoft Outlook 2013. You do have to have an account in order to do so. You can present it online. From here, you can share your document online as a live presentation. This may be especially helpful during conference calls. Word will generate a link others can open in their web browser. You can pause to make changes to the document and then resume the presentation. So that's a pretty cool feature. Once you use the present online, there's no setup required. A link is created to share to the people. Anyone using the link can see the document while you're presenting it online. The document will be made available for download. You'll need a Microsoft account to start the online presentation. By clicking Present Online, you agree to the following terms, and then you would just click on Present Online, and you'd be all set and ready to go there. Posting to a blog. From here, you can use Word to post entries directly to your blog if you use one of the supported blogging sites, such as SharePoint Blog, WordPress, or Blogger. And this gives you those instructions on how to create that. Here's your share options. This pane will change depending on which sharing method you select. You'll be able to choose various options to control how you share your presentations. So for example, you can decide if the people you share with have permission to edit or just to simply view the document. I know the video touched base on the share options and the different ways that you can share a document, but I wanted you to have an up-close and personal look. Go ahead right now and go into your share feature in the Backstage view and take a look at all the options and just go ahead and push some of them and see what happens to this side when you do so. It's time for your challenge at the end of this section. So from here you can create a new blank document and then use the save command to save the document to your desktop. Save the document to a OneDrive and invite someone else to view it. And then also try exporting the document as a PDF file. These are some great techniques that'll get you really going on being able to understand documents and how they work.
For a better life. The foundation of text in Word 2013 is simple. Just click where you want your text and type. You can use the spacebar on your keyboard to add spaces, and if you want to start a new line, just press Enter. If you make a mistake like I did, that's okay. You can press Backspace or Delete to fix it. And now we're all set. There may come a time when you need to work with text that's already in your document, maybe to copy and paste it or to move it to a different location. To do that, you need to know how to select text first. The text I'd like to select is the business name, H2O. You can see it here at the top of the list. Just click, hold, and drag your mouse over the text, then let go. See how it's highlighted gray? That means the text is selected. And this little box is the hover toolbar, which gives you easy access to formatting options like font color, size, and more. Let's try copy and paste now that we have our text selected. Just click the copy command on the ribbon, choose where you want the text to go, then click paste. You can also get to these commands by right-clicking in the document. For example, to cut and paste, start by selecting your text, then right-click and choose Cut. The original text will disappear, and now we can paste it anywhere we want by right-clicking again. Paste options determine how the text is going to look, ranging from exactly like the original to the same text but without any formatting. I'm going to keep the formatting because I like the way it looks with each item on the list. If you want to move a selection of text from one place to another, you can use the drag and drop method. Let's skip to the bottom of the document so I can show you how it works. First, select the text you want to move. Now click, hold, and drag where you want it to go. You may need to do some rearranging to make sure it ends up the way you want. Finally, in a long document like this, I sometimes have trouble finding a specific word or phrase that I know is in there somewhere. The Find feature can help by searching the document for you. Click the Find command on the ribbon, then type the word or phrase you're looking for. The results will show up in the left pane and will also be highlighted yellow. At times, you may find that you've made a mistake throughout your document or you need to swap a certain word or phrase for another. For that, you can use the Replace command instead. I actually need to change the month on these specials from February to March. Now when you're ready, click Find Next in the dialog box, then click Replace. Replace All can save you even more time by changing every instance in the document automatically. Now you know the basics, including cut, copy, and paste, drag and drop, and find and replace. Everything you need to work with text in Word 2013.
Challenge time. So now we're going to take a look at some of the text basics that you saw in the video. And again, the practice document is located on this channel with a link. So you're going to select some of the text to delete. If you're using the practice document, you can delete the last sentence of the second paragraph. Go ahead and copy and paste some text. If you're using the practice document, copy the last name as Charles Boy from the email address at the top of the page and paste it after Maurice in the third paragraph. Cut and paste some text. If you're using the example, which is that practice document, cut the first sentence of the second paragraph and paste it after the first sentence in the first paragraph. That's getting you familiar with that cut and paste feature. Select a phrase to drag and drop to a new location in the document. If you're using the example, that practice document, drag the phrase from 6:30 to 9 p.m. and drag it after the event will take place. Find and replace a word in the document. If you're using the example or the practice document, find and replace Mrs. with Miss. So this is a great challenge when it comes to those text basics. Why don't you give it a try?
For a better life.
In Word 2013, the look and feel of your document has a lot to do with the formatting choices you make. If we added some formatting to this flyer, for example, we could really make the text stand out so it grabs the reader's attention. I'd like to start by selecting the text that says For Rent and making it bigger like a proper title. Just go to the Font group on the Home tab and click the drop-down arrow next to Size. You'll see a preview of the results as you go down the list. I think 48 looks good. Maybe we could go a little bigger though. Shrink and Grow are two other options for quickly changing the size of your text. All you have to do is click the command and perfect. To change the actual font, click the drop-down arrow here. Then make your way down the list. You'll get that live preview again. I think I'll go with this one. So, how about some color? To view your options, click the arrow next to the font color command. You can go with one of the theme colors here, or if you don't see anything you like, go ahead and click More Colors. This peach color should look nice with the color scheme we already have. Another way to make your text stand out is to use bold, italic, or underline. Bold should be a good choice in this example. Now the text really calls attention to what I'm advertising. I wonder what it would look like in all uppercase, though. Luckily, I don't have to retype it. I can just use the Change Case command to change it automatically. Excellent. Here's a tip if you ever need an unusual symbol in one of your documents, for example, a copyright symbol or a trademark. In this example, I need an N with an accent. All you have to do is go to the Insert tab, then click the Symbol command, and find the symbol you need. Let's go back to the Home tab and take a look at the rest of the flyer. As you can see, there's something I need to double check before I print the final copy. I think I'll use the highlighter tool to mark it. That way, I'll remember to fix it later. Just click the arrow next to the command that says Text Highlight Color, then choose the color you want. Yellow should be just fine. Now for the finishing touch, adjusting the placement or alignment of the text. We'll start by selecting all the text on the flyer. The alignment commands can be found in the paragraph group. Your options include left, center, right, and justified. I think centered is what I had in mind. It makes the flyer look much more professional. And there we go. What a big difference formatting can make.
There are 4 different types of text alignment options that are available to you through Microsoft Word 2013. I know that the video touched base on some of those, but I wanted to take a little bit better of a look at it. The Align Text Left, this aligns all selected text to the left of the margin. The Align Text Left command is the most common alignment and is selected by default when a new document is created. And I'm just going to jump this up right here. What we're talking about are the paragraph options that are right here. Right now we're talking about the left. You've got your center, your right, and then we're going to talk about the fourth one there. So that was your Align Left. Now you've got your center, and this aligns text at an equal distance from the left and the right margin. So it centers everything for you. You've got Align to the Right, and this aligns all selected text to the right of the margin, and you can see how it's all shifted to the right. And then you've got the Justified. The Justified text is equal on both sides. It lines up equally to the right and left margins. Many newspapers and magazines use the full justification. And just so you have a better refresher, this is your left, your center, your right, and your Justify. And again, let's run through those really quickly so you can see the difference. This is your left, your center, your right, and your Justify. So go ahead right now and take a look at those alignment options that are located in your paragraph pane. Time for a challenge. So now the challenges get a little bit different. I'm actually do have a link for you, which is a part of the practice document, which is going to be located on the channel, and it's also going to be attached to this class. I haven't decided if I'm going to pull it on the main screen of the class, but it will be a link as a comment in this class for sure. And primarily what I'm talking about is the practice document link. So the first sentence there, it says open an existing Word 2013 document, or if you want to, you can use one of their practice documents, and that's gcflearnfreeze.org. And so you would just click on the link that I provide to you that's labeled the formatting text link, and this will be giving you that practice document under formatting texts. So then you want to change the font style of some kind of text, change the font size to a text. If you're using the example, try changing the font size of the title. Change the font color of some text. Again, if you're using the practice document, change the color of the park's name. Highlight some text. Try using your bold, italicizing, or underlining. Change the case of some of the text. If you're using the example, change the case of the title. Center align some of the text. You can insert a symbol. If you're using the practice document, you can insert a registered trademark symbol, and it looks like that R with a circle after solely subs. So this is a really great challenge for you to be able to understand formatting text, alignments, and things along those lines. So why don't you go ahead and give that a try?
For better life.
In Word 2013, you may want to change elements of your page layout depending on the type of document you're working on and how you plan to print it. For example, the orientation on this job application is landscape or horizontal, but it's not really working for me. The form is getting cut off at the bottom and continuing on to a second page. I'd like to change the orientation to portrait or vertical instead. To do this, go to the Page Layout tab, then click Orientation, and choose Portrait. The text is still continuing on to the second page, but that's okay. I'm planning to print this on legal paper, which is a bit bigger than normal, so I'm going to change the paper size now to reflect that. Just click Size, and choose a paper size from the menu. There, that's much better. You can also choose a custom size for your document if that's what you need. For example, here's an invitation that's going to be printed on special 5x7 cardstock. To choose a custom size, just click the command again, then click More Paper Sizes at the bottom. Here you can adjust the width or the height to anything you need. When you're done, click OK to save and close the dialog box. Let's switch back to our job application. You can customize the page layout even more by adjusting the margins. All you have to do is click the Margins command. Here you can choose one of the predefined sizes, or as with paper size, you can customize your margins depending on what you need. Just go back to the Margins command, then click Custom Margins. The Page Setup dialog box will appear. I'm going to make the margins just a little bit wider at 0.75 inches instead of 0.5. When you're done, click OK. Did you notice anything special about the Page Setup dialog box? The truth is, it's not just for margins. It lets you adjust all the layout options that we've talked about in this video. To access it again, click the small arrow in the corner of the Page Setup group. Now you can fine-tune all your settings in one place, including margins, orientation, paper size, and more.
Time for your next challenge. So that was pretty nice with the page layout, and it showed you everything in the video. I didn't really have anything extra to add. It was pretty thorough. So what you're going to do with this challenge is the same as what you did before. There'll actually be a page layout link that will get you to this practice document. You're just going to click on that link and then press on practice document, and it's going to open for you, and then you'll be able to save it and use it. Or you can just open an existing document that you've created and do some of these alterations to it. Now you can change the page orientation. If you're using the practice document, change the orientation to landscape. You should be, as default, you're in portrait right now. Change the margins. If you're using the example, change the margins to narrow. Try adjusting the margins using the custom margins. You can change the paper size. If you're using the example, try changing the paper size to legal. Try customizing the page size. There's different things you can do here, and that's all involved with the page layout. So if you have any other questions, you can always go back to the video and take another look at the way that those are done. Or you can give me a call and we can meet and we can do some of these activities together as well.
For a better life.
Printing documents in Word 2013 is easy. You'll find everything you need in the Backstage view. Under Print. As you can see, the print pane offers a list of options and a preview of the document on the right. You can use the controls below the preview to zoom in and out or cycle between different pages. Now, you could just enter the number of copies you want and click the Print button right away. But if you want more control over the finished product, you might want to take a look at the options below. For example, you can select a different printer if you're connected to more than one. You can also choose a custom page range if you're working with a multi-page document and you only want to print part of it. Just enter the pages you want, separating each entry with a comma. Next, choose whether to print on one side of the paper or both sides. Your options may vary depending on your printer's capabilities. Here's another option that may be important to you if you're printing a multi-page document. If you're doing more than one copy, make sure Collated is selected and each copy will be printed in order. Next, you can review options that have to do with page layout, including orientation, paper size, and margins. If you need to make any adjustments, just click, then make your selection from the menu. Word also gives you the option of printing more than one page on a single sheet of paper. This can be helpful in some cases, but take note that the text will become harder and harder to read the more pages you select. When you're ready, go ahead and click the Print button. Remember, you'll find it at the very top of the print pane. Now you just have to wait for your document to finish printing.
All right, so I want to take a look at the print options in here for you. And this is something that I did not put in the Excel class, but it is very similar to Excel. So if you're trying to print from there and you're having a hard time, you could refer to this, and this is going to help you out. So we're just going to start at the top. This is your print button. So when you're ready to print a document, you're going to click on the print button after you click on file to get you into that Backstage view. Copies, here you can choose how many copies of the document you want to print. If you're planning to print multiple copies, it's a good idea to print a test copy first, just to make sure that it's going to come out the way you want it so you're not stuck with a bunch of copies that you don't need. The printer, you may need to select the printer you want to use if your computer is connected to multiple printers. So here's the list of your printers. These are mine, but yours could be listed there as well. The print range document info, here you can choose to print the entire document, just the current page, or you can custom print specific pages. So you have a lot of options to yourself when it actually comes to printing all the pages. Single and double-sided printing, you can choose whether to print on one side or both sides of the paper. And here they give you those different options. Now, typically you would have to manually load in your paper to do so. Unless you have a really, really fancy printer, it's probably not going to do it for you, so you're going to have to make sure that you are there in enough time. The collation setting, if you're printing multiple copies, you can choose whether you would like the copies collated or uncollated. So that will help you out later on so you don't have to put all those pages in order for yourself. The orientation, here you can choose portrait or landscape. Portrait is going to be your vertical, whereas your landscape is your horizontal view. Letter, if your printer uses different paper sizes, you can choose what kind of paper size that you would like to use. You can custom your margins. Here you can adjust the page margins, which can help your information fit more comfortably on the page. And pages per sheet. The Word allows you to print more than one page on a single sheet. While condensing pages into one sheet can sometimes be helpful, note that the text will become more difficult to read as more pages are selected. So it is going to shrink up those pages, but you do have those options, which is nice. This is your preview pane. Here you can see a preview of how your document's going to look when you go to print it. The page selection, you can click the arrows next to these numbers to view a different page in the print preview. And you have your zoom control, zoom to page. You can click the zoom to page button on the right side to zoom in and out of the preview pane. You can click, hold, and drag the slider to use the zoom control. The number to the left of the slider bar reflects the zoom percentage. So right now it's at 24%, but if we keep moving this, it would just keep going up. And this middle is obviously your 50% mark. So this is a better look at the print functions and features and what you can do with print. At this time, why don't you go ahead and just kind of minimize this and pause this video and get in there and just kind of take a look at your options. Maybe you want to take some of your documents and see what will happen when you're ready to print. All right, so let's do a challenge. Now keep in mind with these practice documents, I've included the link in the class under the comments for the class. So all you would do is push on that link, and it's actually going to take you to this challenge on gcflearnfree.org, and from there you would be able to push on where it says practice document. And you'll be able to see it right there. So you are either going to open up one of your own that you've created, or you can use one of the practice documents with the link I've provided. You can preview the document in the print pane. Go ahead and print one copy of the document. Try adjusting the print settings so the document prints on two sides. You can try custom printing on a selection of pages in the document. So if you're using the example, try printing only on page 2 kind of thing. And if that doesn't work, you can try doing this however you'd like, but this is a really good way for you to get some good practice on getting the print feature. All right, well, thank you so much for watching and being a part of today's class. You made it through Microsoft Word 2013 for beginners. Yay, round of applause for you. Congratulations. And keep in mind that if it wasn't for you, I would have no reason to have these classes. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Be listening for your secret code. And actually, I'm going to give you that code right now within the class so you can win prizes. And your secret code for this class is, I have mastered documents. Give me that code and you will will be on your way to prizes. If you need any additional help, please call me to schedule a one-on-one appointment. It is completely free to you. It doesn't cost you anything. We do them here at the library. I'm also out in the community sometimes, so if coming to the library doesn't work for you on certain days, then maybe we could meet out in the community. But I definitely want to go over those technology needs that you might have. Remember, there is a group on Facebook, so if you're a Facebooker, go ahead and join my group at Tech Talk Technology. There we post tips and secrets and hints and things like that to kind of help your technology world be a little bit easier for you. But again, I want to applaud you. You've taken the steps necessary to better educate yourself on Microsoft Word. Take a look at gcflearnfree.org. I can't express enough how fantastic they are with their tutorials, their videos, and just their spot-on step-by-step. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks again for watching. I want to thank the following websites and information for everything that is pertained to this class. Without these websites and their information and being able to let us use them, then this class would not have been able to take place. Thank you so much.